Welcome to today's video. My name is Cade Peterson. If you don't already know, I like to intentionally seek discomfort and live life out of the comfort zone. I've been doing this for the last 2 years, and people always ask me, Cade, what is the most uncomfortable challenge that you have ever done? And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the answer to that question and explaining truly why this was so uncomfortable. So there's a couple different parts to the answer to this question. First of all, it was the most physically demanding challenge by far, and it was extremely uncomfortable mentally as well. So day 3 of my uncomfortable 30, the uncomfortable 30 is where I do one thing every day for 30 days to get out of my comfort zone. And on day 3 of my first uncomfortable 30 of my entire life, I set out to do 200 pull-ups. Now my previous record was 100 pull-ups, and so I was thinking, you know what? If I'm gonna get uncomfortable, I'm going to double that. I'm doing 200 today. So I paced myself, prepared mentally, physically, got a lot of sleep, had all this nutrition with me, and busted out these pull-ups. And once I got to 200, I was like, you know what? I'm still feeling pretty good. I think I could do another 100. And I went and did another 100. After 300, I was like, okay, I'm sore, but I have more in the tank. So I kept going. Got to 400 pull-ups, and don't get me wrong, I was extremely tired. It has been maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours at this point. But there's a quote by David Goggins that I love, which is, when you think you've given it your all, when you're ready to give up, you're only at 40%. You still have 60% more to give, which was ever since I heard that, that has changed my perspective of things. So in this moment, I was at 400 pull-ups, and I still felt like I can get back up on the bar. So I'm just gonna keep going. So I just kept going, just did one more set, one at a time. Next thing you know, I got to 600 pull-ups and the gym was closing. I was stoked out of my mind. My hands were ripped to shreds. I was so tired, and I just shattered my previous pull-up record. Now this was day 3 of my uncomfortable 30. So I was just on top of the world, thinking man, I'm on day 3 and look at what I'm achieving. Life is so fun, and you realize how much more you're capable of when you just push those limits. You'll never know what your limits are until you push them. So I went home, posted my video on social media, and this is where the discomfort came. So I woke up the next day, not only extremely sore, hands ripped to shreds, but I had all of this hate on my video saying, this is fake. This guy didn't actually do it. No way a physique like this could do it. This is edited, this is cap, all of this hate. And I was just so shocked, because I was the night before, I was stoked out of my mind at this insane achievement. And here I am getting all of this hate telling me that it's not true. Now I didn't let it get to me, but I did kind of have this chip on my shoulder of I want to prove all of these people wrong, but there was no way for me to show you a 3-hour clip of me doing pull-ups. So I finished my uncomfortable 30. It was truly life-changing, and I felt on top of the world, and I wanted to end with a bang. And again, I still had this chip on my shoulder about all these people that didn't believe me about my pull-up challenge. After I finished my uncomfortable 30, I posted this video.
Just finished the 600 pull-ups. My hands are I got a lot of comments like this saying that I didn't actually do these 600 pull-ups, which is fine. And since there is no way for me to actually prove that I did it, I decided I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to do 1,000. Stay tuned.
I was so scared to post this video. Now, did I know whether I could do 1,000 pull-ups? No. Like I said, my previous record was 100. Doing 600 killed me. So to do 1,000 was just total next level discomfort. But because I had just done this uncomfortable 30, I felt like I could conquer the world, and I knew my mind could get me through anything. So I said, I'm doing 1,000 pull-ups, and I'm going to do it live. As you can imagine, that got some good traction, and I had a ton of people that were anxious to watch me do 1,000 pull-ups. I mean, the fact that my previous record was 100 to 10x that is insane. But I was so determined that I was going to do this no matter what. I'll never forget driving to the gym and just thinking to myself, why am I doing this? No one is telling me to do this. So many people are expecting me to do 1,000 pull-ups today. What am I thinking? And I'll never forget that feeling of walking into the gym knowing I was not going to leave for probably the next 6 to 8 hours. And the only thing I was going to be doing was getting on a pull-up bar. So let's watch this video that breaks down the first couple 100 pull-ups when I first started.
I don't care what happens. I'm going to do 1,000 pull-ups today.
Here we go, baby. Dang.
I'll find a way so that easy. Thank you.
I got in trouble.
Last time I didn't have any problem.
Somebody told on me.
What?
You turn it off?
Yeah, it's not on you. Don't worry. I'll make sure that doesn't
I don't
touch
care.
you.
Just please turn it off.
Okay, thank you.
Turn it off.
So that put a huge wrench in my plan. I was freak, I'm at 40 pull-ups and I can't film this. And so we'll keep watching.
All right, little bit of a roadblock here.
That is so nice of you. I really appreciate it.
So the gym owner let me go into this private section because he knew I was trying to raise money for a charity, and I was doing this challenge. Now, I'm the type of person, when I work out, I like to be totally in the zone. I don't like to talk to anyone. So it was kind of like foreign to work out and then go to my TikTok live and talk to people, answer their questions, listen to all this hate, get back up on the bar, go back and forth. But I actually kind of enjoyed it because I was there for so long, and it's kind of amusing just seeing what people had to say. I had thousands and thousands of viewers hopping on just to watch me do pull-ups. And what was really cool is my dad actually showed up to support me and did some pull-ups with me. My brother came and supported me as well, and I felt a lot of support and love despite all the hate that I did get.
And the girl that told on me is just staring at me still. It's pretty cool, right?
That one was tough. I feel that one.
Guys, should I go talk to this girl over here?
I'm more nervous for this than for doing 1,000 pull-ups.
You did it.
She had a boyfriend, but that's okay. Too cool.
Alright, I will.
I did what you guys told me. I went and got that girl's number.
There we go. 500.
Oh, shoot. Got 500 more to go. Gosh, dang it.
All right, so a couple things to break down in that video. First of all, I was doing random side quests. The comments were telling me to do stuff. It was really hard for me, like being in this like discomfort seeking state, for someone to say, go talk to a girl and not do it. And that was really hard for me to go and do. And so it was kind of cool to be able to go do that because I was just on this like discomfort high. They said do a backflip, and I was like, all right, I'll do a backflip. Probably wasn't the smartest thing when I should focus all my energy on pull-ups, but it did kind of raise my mood a little bit and made it a little bit more fun. Now, as you can see, after 500 pull-ups, my hands were bleeding. I was super concerned at this point because I was only halfway there and my hands were bleeding. So you can imagine that doing another 500 pull-ups with bloody hands was not very fun. Now, I did bring some extra padded gloves that I did put on, but it didn't change the fact that my hands were on fire every time I grabbed the pull-up bar. At about 600 pull-ups is when it started to get super interesting, when it became a total mental game. So let's watch this video right here.
A little support going on.
That's best.
Oh gosh, this is bad. 3,500 calories burned. Do a backflip. Oh. I'm absolutely exhausted. My watch died, which means I've got no more music. Oh my goodness. My arms literally gave out on me. I couldn't even hold the bar. We got 100 more.
There were so many times during that like 700, 800 phase when I came off the bar thinking there's no way I can get back on that bar. I am so exhausted and I'm going to injure myself. Like, I don't know if I can do it. I was super like bubbly and happy on this live and just like answering people's questions. But there were some times during that 700, 800 when I was just like, dude, I can't even look at the live right now. I just gonna lay here. And I just laid there thinking like, how am I gonna do this? Now, the night before this challenge, I watched the Iron Cowboy documentary. If you don't know who that is, you should look him up. And I remember there was a time on one of his challenges where he was doing 50 Ironmans in 50 states in 50 days that he was on his hands and knees during one of his bike rides. I can't remember if he got in a crash or not, but I just remember he was on his hands and knees and he was thinking like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And he goes on to teach this lesson of you don't need to worry about the super long distance ahead. You just need to focus on taking one more step. Will you die to take one more step? And the answer is going to always be no. And so I thought to myself, can I do one more pull-up? Just do one more. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna do one more set. And I just had that in my mind. Got back up on the bar, did one more set, came off just like, Cade, you only have to do one more. Just focus on the next one. Don't worry about it. And then little by little, I got closer and closer to my goal. My spirits would come up and then all of a sudden I'd crash again. There was a couple different times, 2 main times when I seriously was just in the deepest feelings of physical discomfort that I ever felt, thinking I can't do this. Now let's watch this last video showing the last 100 and we'll see if I did it or not.
My watch died, which, oh my goodness. Can't turn my arm over, my bicep cramps. That's good, we're not cramping. Yo, this is my brother.
Do the last 50 with him.
Bro, was a real one for that.
I just got some cramp. Guys, let's go. I'm at 997. No gloves either. Woo! There it is. Hey, baby. 1,000 pull-ups. Good job. Thanks, guys.
I was like getting emotional at the end of that. I seriously was so stoked on that achievement. I was in that gym for 7.5 hours. The only thing I was doing was pull-ups. Now what's funny is even after doing that live and posting the recap, I still got all this hate saying and had people doubting that didn't watch the live. And at the end of the day, I have learned to love the hate, because what that shows is that that was an impressive enough feat that people would doubt that I would do it. No one would hate on me for doing something that wasn't that great. So all of this hate that I was getting and all this hate that I still get today just shows me the significance of what I'm doing. And I've also come to terms that whether people believe me or not, I don't care. After doing all my uncomfortable challenges, if you know me at all, you will know that I do not care what other people think of me. I do so many things that make myself look like a fool, and I just simply do not care about other people's opinions. I'm living my life. I'm becoming the best version of myself, and I'm not going to allow another person to determine my life. I am in control of my life. Now, with that being said, I want to extend an invite to you to push your limits. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't care what other people think. Live your life. Your life is not truly yours if you care what other people think. You are capable of doing so much more, and you won't realize that until you get uncomfortable. I thought in my life, my max amount of pull-ups that I could do in one time was 100. I was so stoked the first time I did 100 pull-ups. I was like, dang, I'm the freaking shiz. That was so hard. And it wasn't until I really pushed out of my comfort zone that I was like, I'm going to do 1,000. It still is kind of crazy sometimes when I think about it now that I did 1,000 pull-ups. But what's so cool about this achievement is what's called the calloused mind. This is something that David Goggins teaches, and is part of the reason why I stress getting uncomfortable, and part of the reason why I'm so passionate about helping other people get out of their comfort zone is when you can experience such deep discomfort and push past it and come out on top. All of a sudden, any other trial, any other problem that you are facing in life, yes, it's hard, but you now have the mindset of okay, I've done worse. Anytime I'm doing an uncomfortable challenge and I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can do this, there's an inner voice in my head that says, Cade, you did 1,000 pull-ups. You can do this. And it's like, all right, yeah, you're right. This isn't as bad. I can do this. And then I do it. But you can't get that callous mind until you start doing hard things. So again, I leave you with the invitation. Get uncomfortable. Go do something that you don't think that you can do, and do it. If you fail, that is okay. That is part of the process. There's been so many times when I've done uncomfortable challenges and I failed. I've learned from them and I've pushed forward. But I promise you, life is so much better outside the comfort zone. The comfort zone's a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. If you're uncomfortable, you're growing. So stay uncomfortable, and we'll catch you in the next video.